Good morning. I want to talk to you about why James Talarico's progressive Christianity probably doesn't matter in the Texas Senate race, or at least doesn't matter for the reasons you think it does. I'm Anna Marie Cox. I'm back to my They Can't All Be Bangers morning edition. And I am a progressive Christian who lives in Texas. And I love James Talarico. I love what he's doing from the stump. I love that he is preaching that God is non binary. But I also think the Democratic dream of peeling away religious Republicans from someone like Ken Paxton is kind of foolish. Talarico's Christianity is not actually unfamiliar to Texans. In fact, most Democratic voters in Texas already identify as Christian. And the kind of progressive, slightly hippie sort of message that Talarico is preaching from the stump is going to be familiar to right wing Christians. That's the flavor of Christianity that is present in the churches that they drive by on their way to their mega church Bible thumping preacher. And they make fun of it. And yet, I'm optimistic about Talarico's chances, not because he's a progressive Christian, but because most Democrats outside of Texas have never heard of progressive Christians, and they're excited about him, and they're sending gobs and gobs of cash to him. And Talarico is smart enough to use those gobs and gobs of cash not to continue to necessarily emphasize his own progressive Christianity, at least inside Texas, but because he's smart enough to use those gobs of cash to go after Paxton on things that really matter to Texans, like affordability, like the disappearance of healthcare in rural areas, like the fact that Ken Paxton is only less disliked than Ted Cruz because not as many people know Ken Paxton. All that said, it's going to be a close race. And when it comes down to it, he needs your prayers.